skateboarder for over a decade. Been doing it for a long time. I've learned a lot of things. Currently teaching those things to whoever may dare. I've just to get straight to it. I've been thinking about the idea that it's much easier to maintain something than to repair. So what that means in the context of a skateboarder is pretty much you're better off slowly considering how to set yourself up to get stronger on the board or get stronger as a person and be resilient to injuries as opposed to ignoring that inevitability and repairing it once it happens. So, for example, a lot of skaters have trouble with ankle movement, rotation, and injuries because they're not considering how to become more resilient, how to strengthen, little warm ups, 2 to 5 minutes every day. Uh, they just hate working out pretty much. And that's fine. I think it really comes down to being misunderstanding what working out is for, which is a supplement to your skating. It's not supposed to bleed into skateboarding time. It's just supposed to allow you to skate more comfortably in the same time you do, or make it more efficient. Basically, whether you do the same time or a little more. Instead, what people misunderstand it as is something where it bleeds in, and it gets you too tired to the point where it basically takes you away from skate time. So that's not what we want to do. We just want to maintain. So be open to the idea of spending 2 to 5 minutes before the session, maybe even after the session, so that you can set yourself up for success in the way of building that resilience. So I've talked about it a lot. The best way I do this without getting into, specific exercises using weight is making sure we're getting a deep tissue massage ball or a massage ball that you can do some deep tissue work, some fascia work, other words known as. You got to make sure the ball is somewhat sturdy because that's going to allow it to penetrate through the fascia and the muscles so that it can release tension that's stored in there from all that impact that you give to your body from skating. So you kind of got to play around with it, feel where it feels more tender, more sore, and release the tension from there. Experiment with your body, and like I said, you only need to do this for 2 to 5 minutes before the session or after. And if you're into it like myself, just do it whenever you have the time, whenever you have spare minutes, 2 to 5 minutes. It's really to relieve that tension, feel a bit less restricted, because as skateboarders, many of us adopt one stance and we get stuck in that spiral. So we start turning front side, or we start only being on one side of one side of the body versus the other, and we build these restrictions. We build strength on top of those restrictions, but without even knowing, unintentionally we get weaker on a whole different part of our body. So, like I said, we just want to maintain our ability to access different parts of our body, and the best way to do that is to unrestrict yourself with doing some deep tissue work. Because let's say you don't focus on any sort of maintenance, then you're just going to find yourself going into that spiral and increase your risk of injury. And then you have to worry about repair, which I've dealt with not skating for a month, maybe two, because I had to just fix an issue. Whereas there was an option to slowly maintain my strength, stay walking, hiking, moving, eating a bit better. All these things, right? Things that we just can consider and think about them as maintenance for skateboarding. Let me read these comments. What's up, guys? Hi, how you guys doing? Also, I wanted to mention I started doing online coaching. I'm actually working on a collaboration slash series on another skateboarder's YouTube channel. He's gonna be posting about it, and we're kind of gonna showcase what it is to be skate coached online. He's a more experienced skater, so that would be exciting how I approach coaching a more experienced skater who's been skating around the same amount as I have. So that's gonna be awesome. Looking forward for everyone to see that. But yeah, I just quickly wanted to get in here or on this live so that I can express my thoughts on it being easier to maintain than to repair yourself as a skateboarder. So keep that in mind. Don't be closed off to the idea of, you know, maintenance with your body. Yeah, it's all about skating at the end of the day. Quickly go over this real quick. Let's see what I said. Alrighty, guys. I'll see you in the next video. I appreciate you. Till next time.